Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Untitled Ladies Show. We're so happy to have you all here.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no. Okay, so guys. All right, yeah, no, I know. Guys, actually, so we just wanted to start by saying you may have noticed that Fred's not here. She's taking a mental health day today. And before we started the show, we actually just wanted to take a moment and talk about what's happening in Minneapolis, Louisville, Georgia, and honestly, just like all over the country. We know that a lot of people in our audience that are watching right now are not Black, and that's actually who we want to address this to. Also, as a content warning, we're about to discuss anti-Black racism and state violence, so just please take care of yourselves. We live like in a society that historically and currently like does not value Black lives. George Floyd and Breonna Taylor were murdered at the hands of the police. Ahmaud Arbery was murdered by racist white men while he was out on a jog. We say their names just to affirm that Black lives matter and that we demand justice. I know that like a lot of people watching, you probably feel really sad, you probably feel helpless, but there's so much that we can do to help the Black community and support them. And so I just want to say, like, please sit with your feelings of sadness and turn them into action. If you visit the Untitled Lady Show Instagram or my Instagram or our Instagrams, we have the link in our bio that links to a Google Doc that outlines where you can donate, what petitions you can sign, and other material ways you can send support to the Black community from anywhere, even your bedrooms or your living room, from your couch. The GoFundMe's listed in that doc directly support the families, and there's a bunch of other resources in there. So please check that out. Thank you. Yeah, we just wanted to say that before we start, and just hopefully we can all do the best we can here. So yeah.
So, thank you all for being here and for listening. And we hope that you will take action against this because this is something that it should affect all of us. It needs to affect all of us in order for change to happen. And so, yeah, I don't really know what else to say, honestly.
I mean, I think what I'd like to say is the best thing you can do is talk to, if you are a white person, like if you, as a white person, the best thing you can do is talk to other white people in your life. Make sure that they understand what's going on. Correct them if they are incorrect. Call them out on their racism. This is stuff that happens, like change happens with like conversations one step at a time. And like you have the power to have those conversations, and like please have them. Like it's really important. You will help save lives.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we still want to make sure that we bring you all a show that can help sort of like escape if that's what you're needing to right now. And so I think we should maybe move on to our next segment that we have planned. We planned this whole show, before everything sort of erupted, and so we want to kind of like keep true to our word of bringing you a show every week. So the next thing that we want to do is
Girls, they've gone mild. I don't know what to do with them. They're so mild.
They ain't wild. They're mild. They're tired. They're
yeah,
mild.
we're
Weird.
So Girls Gone Mild, if you haven't seen it on our show before, Girls Gone Mild is a segment where we talk about things that we've been mildly into this week. Is there anyone that feels like they want to start sharing their mild interest?
I have one.
Yes.
So I have a mild interest, and it is the show Mrs. America on Hulu. I think it's I think like it has flaws, like it has issues. It's not a perfect show. I think it's a really interesting show. I think like it's I think Kate Blanchett is a great villain.
Yeah.
Like she isn't, I mean, obviously we all knew this.
We've seen Ragnarok.
We've seen
amazing.
We've seen her in a power suit.
I've seen Ragnarok at night under the covers.
In my dreams.
Dreams.
You have a TV in your bed?
What? No.
Yeah,
My laptop is like that. But I think it has like moments of greatness. Uzo Aduba is wonderful as Shirley Chisholm. I think it's like really interesting to see like just how much the women's liberation movement really fucked Shirley Chisholm.
Yeah.
Like just did the absolute least. And I think that like that's kind of we sort of talk about that era, like, you know, not in terms of like the white people who were at the head of the movement, and not in terms of like, you know, so many people of color, so many black people, so many black lesbians. And I think like this show is, it's like obviously it's a good watch, but it's also like oh, here's a thing that you kind of maybe glanced on in history, and let's peel back the can on this thing of tuna and like just really dig in there. So that's my thing.
I agree with everything you said, Kristin. I started watching the first, I think I maybe watched 2 or 3 episodes of it, and I was like, this is a very fascinating show. Obviously flawed. Obviously the era was flawed, but it is a really, it's just it's a take that I hadn't seen before.
Oh, cool. I will definitely check it out.
Yeah, and what I didn't know, and Kristin, you might already know this, the character that Cate Blanchett plays, if you're familiar with Handmaid's Tale, Serena Joy is based off of that character.
Off of Phyllis Schlafly.
Yes,
yeah.
and when you watch it, you're like, this makes so much sense. Yeah.
It's a Hulu show, right? It's on Hulu. That's where we can watch it.
You can watch it. It's an FX show and they put it on Hulu.
Gotcha. Cool. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I might jump in next because I didn't know what I was going to talk about, and then when you started talking about a show, I was like, I have a show that I'm mildly into too. It's called Mrs. America.
Wow.
Oh my God.
But no, alongside Mrs. America, I've been getting into The Big Flower Fight on Netflix. It's basically Great British Bake Off, except they're florists and they're making flower arrangements, and it's magnificent. It's lovely.
Is it as chill?
It's
Great British Bake Off?
Is it British?
So that's the thing. I think it is British. They have like a couple Americans on there. But I mean, the people that are not American just have like lovely little accents, so I like root for them. But but yeah, no, it's I think Great British Bake Off is maybe a little bit more chill, but this this satisfies that fix if that's what you're going for. And then at the end of every show, there's just like a beautiful, like magnificent creations. I recommend it.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I do love Great British Bake Off, and honestly, I love flowers. Like, I love competitive hobbyists. I think they are the weirdest, coolest people. So
yeah, and like half the people on there, they're like, we're not florists, we're actually artists, or like, we're not florists, we're actually this. So it's like it's really interesting how they kind of like chose to cast it, but it works. Yeah.
I'm not a florist. I'm a plant stylist.
Literally, though.
That's dope.
Yeah. So that I've been mildly into that this week.
Nice.
Devin, what about you?
Yeah. Okay. I guess I've been mildly annoyed by mildly annoyed or mildly into. I have both. I feel like we've been very positive, so maybe I should not go into my mildly annoyed and go into my mildly into.
Live your truth, Jen. Say what you gotta say.
Oh boy. Well, okay. I got two. I am mildly into headbands, really. Because because I have realized that, so obviously like not getting haircuts during this pandemic, and I don't really trust myself to cut my hair at home, so it's just like it kind of grows, again, my hair grows naturally into a bowl cut, just as like what happens. It just gets round. So in order to kind of like escape from that, I have been utilizing like headbands or bandanas just to like keep everything up and out. Yeah. And so I just like, I don't know, when I was a kid, like the last time I really wore headbands was when I was little. And I like hated wearing them, and I'd always be like, just like fight them, or like if I got the plastic kind, I would like snap them in half and like pretend I had broken them in gym class. So I'd be like, oh, I don't know, I couldn't wear it. So it's like I never really appreciated headbands for how useful they are, but it's like now now more than ever, I like wearing headbands. And I've been mildly annoyed. Okay, so that was what I was mildly into, and I've been mildly annoyed by my car all freaking week. This little dramatic bitch is she just like picks the most inconvenient times to freak out on me. She always smells weird, and I keep having to put oil in her every 3 months, and it's just like, get a job, you know what I mean? But she doesn't listen. She just sits in that driveway, and she flouts authority. So that little car of mine, really annoying. But yeah, so that's what I've been mildly into and mildly annoyed by. And I am a girl, so
Well, you get extra credit, I guess.
I get extra credit because I went above and beyond and I did double the work.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I support this headband moment.
Thank you. I feel like I just said I feel like I'm Asian, which, hey, guess what? It's true.
What?
Dreams do come true.
Wow.
Secret is out.
But
I've never seen this side of you before.
I know, but it's because it just reminds me of Naruto. Okay, that's it. What about you, Devin? What are you mild about this week?
It's more than mild, but my friend Meredith and her husband Jordan started a puzzle company, which is really cool, called the Magic Puzzle Company, and they did it with conjunction with the folks who did Cards Against Humanity, and it's called the Magic Puzzle Company.
Oh.
It's really cool, and it's a puzzle that has magic in it. It's not just a puzzle; it will transform. So I'm in the middle of that, and I'm remembering how bad I am at puzzles. Y'all know me. I have very little patience. So I'm confronting a lot of inner demons with this puzzle, but it's been good. So it's been good for me. I'm mildly excited, and more excited for Meredith and Jordan than anything else about that. But the thing that I'm mildly annoyed about, Jen, just jumping off of what you did.
Yeah.
My hair is getting into Karen land.
How so?
Well, yeah. What do you mean?
Okay, so hold on.
Oh wait, I see what you mean. Oh no.
I still don't really know what you
Hold
mean.
on.
Wait, I see,
you and me.
I see what you mean. You have the mom in the Brady Bunch haircut right now a little bit.
It's a little bit it can be cool and shaggy because I don't wash my hair anymore. I only rinse it with hot water or use apple cider vinegar rinses. And so this is straight off of an apple cider vinegar rinse. And when it's flat after not having oil and body and product in it, it looks like a Karen haircut. You know what I mean? It kind of
it just loves fall.
Can I speak to the manager? I'm sorry, I don't like your tone. Bob, honey, right? Those are the things that are really getting...
You don't like its tone.
Huh?
Just tell the haircut you don't like its tone.
I'm not liking your tone right now, ma'am.
Oh my
So
God.
that's why
You know what? That I'm not liking your tone. I just got flashbacks from being in the school cafeteria and just I have the greatest respect for teachers, but there's always that one teacher that just doesn't like children and for some reason is a teacher and it's just on your ass just for basically being a child. It's it's messy. It's my hands are too small and my mouth is too big. What do you want from me?
I can't pay bills. I can't drive a car. Until 2012.
I can't do math. I have a learning disability. I do. That's why I say that. Oh man.
Well, this has been a lovely session of Girls Gone Mild.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Girls Gone Mild.
Girls.
What's
Gone
next?
Mild.
Next is Devin.
Turned on music. Sorry, hold on, you guys. I'm really distracted. My roommate just turned on music, and he knows I have live stream right now. Hold on. Let me just mute this and yell at him.
Okay.
Get him.
Feelings corner.
Bring out Karen. Bring out Karen.
Fight.
Speak to the manager of your apartment.
Oh, we did.
Oh,
Listen to that. Listen to that. It's off. Okay, here we go. It's time for Feelings Corner today, everyone. I think there's like a lot of feelings going on in the world right now today. And so I just kind of wanted to be the person who holds space for everyone. I've been trying to kind of just listen and hold space. So I'm hosting Feelings Corner today. And I just want to hear from everyone in the comments and hear from you fine ladies, of course, like what's on your hearts. Obviously, this has been a really heavy week. So talk to me. Who wants to start? No one?
Let me start. I'll start. So I think, like, here's the thing. I am a white person, and so therefore I cannot speak to the experiences that anyone is having right now. Who like is a Black person, and so I'm not even gonna try. I think that like one thing that's kind of, I guess, even cropping up in the last few hours that is like at least partially related to an experience I can speak to is like, I think that one thing that people forget is that like fat phobia and anti-Blackness is like a very insidious intersection. And you know, the police often use fat phobia to justify killing Black people. And so I feel like this is a really good moment to kind of remember that like your struggle can make other people's struggle even more significant, like through that amplification. And like I want everyone, the feeling I have is I want everyone to like be mindful of being like, well, they had pre-existing conditions, or well, maybe it was their body that caused them. And it's like, no, like that's fat phobia. It's fat phobia used to justify systemic racism. Don't do it. Don't fall for it. Don't let your parents do it. It just like, I think that's like, it's something that like I can at least partially speak to. So that's where that's what I'm talking about for Feelings Corner. But honestly, here's the thing: nothing bad is happening to me personally right now. So like, I have a house, I have friends, I have a beer. Like, yeah. So this is about other people who are suffering. Thus ends my speaking.
Yeah,
I hear that.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like, you know, when you're adjacent to a cause like this, it has an effect on you. You have no control over it, and it does. And that's the most infuriating part, because you can't control society. And when it causes like adjacent to your lifestyle and who you are, it affects you. And so I'm so sorry. I just keep saying I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry to me. I mean, I'm fine. It's more just like, I want people to know that like this is something like
to think about and to know.
Something to think about. And also it's like, I think people think like, oh, this doesn't relate to me. And it's like, even if it didn't relate to you at all, it still matters. But like, you should know that in addition to that fact, it does relate to you.
Yeah. And I was in Big Bear this weekend, and I saw a lot of people not wearing masks. And I was thinking about that, and I was like, if you're not wearing a mask, you're like openly racist a little bit, right? Because it affects Black and brown communities way more than it affects white communities. And when you're not wearing a mask, it's like a public statement. And yes. it boggles my mind, and my palms are getting sweaty just thinking about it.
Like, you're publicly coming out as an asshole. It's like, it's like, this is Pride Month, but for dicks. Like, I would like to publicly announce that I am a Pride Month. Of shit. And I have always been a piece of shit. Please respect my piece. It's like, that's what you're doing. And then you're mad that people are just like, I don't like that. Because you're like, but you don't respect my identity as a total piece of shit. Like, no. Unless you're like a baby or breathing problems, obviously.
Yeah.
And how have you been?
Well, you know, obviously, like Kristin, I think sort of what Kristin said, it's been making me think a little bit specific, and actually someone in the chat brought it up a little bit, but especially when obviously like I am like an Asian person, and so like when like there's so much anti-Black racism like happening in the world and being enacted upon like the Black community by the state, by the police, like it's something to think about, is like how can like the Asian community like examine the ways in which we are anti-Black, how can we examine the ways in which we benefit from white supremacy, and how can we examine in which the ways like we can actually like deconstruct this and like make an effort to make the world a better place. Like I think, and obviously it's hard because the Asian community is like made up of tons of different little different ethnic groups that have their own histories and their own histories of oppression within that. So it's a difficult thing to like address all, but I think it's really it's necessary and important, and it's something that like I've been thinking a lot about, because I think one thing that tends to happen is that when there is like really horrific events that are obviously like anti-Black and racist and awful, is that like you do get a wave of Asian people speaking out, and oftentimes it sort of boils down to a lot of Asian people will sort of say something like, we'll be like, oh my god, like, and especially like we'll say something like, oh my god, this is so terrible, like Asian people, like we need to be better allies, you know, like that's sort of like the start of the conversation where Asian people are right now, is that I feel like we're sort of barely and this is not like to speak for everybody, because obviously like there's a lot of people doing work and stuff, but like I think as a whole our community is still sort of figuring out, like we're sort of at that stage where it's just like talk, or like well, we got to be better allies, but I don't think like we've sort of reached a point where it's like there's that much action necessarily, like it's sort of hard there hasn't really been that much, like there's, and that's like again like not speaking for everybody, but I feel like especially as like an East Asian person, as like a Japanese American, like I know that that's sort of like the one easy thing that you have if you're an Asian person, is like, okay, you can sort of like pick, you know, what your community is within your community, right? So it's like if you're at a loss to be like, how do I address the Asian community as a whole, right? Because you're like, it's so big and there's so much history and I don't know what to do, and it's like I don't know how I can do that with respecting whatever. It's like that's a big can of worms, and there are organizers and there are professors and people that are thinking about that, but it's like for me, like one thing I know is like as a Japanese American person, like I can speak to other Japanese Americans, and like the Japanese American community, there's a lot of anti-Blackness within that community. Like a lot of our elders, like the model minority myth, like that like Asian Americans love to talk about, like that myth was founded in like anti-Blackness and white supremacy, and like Japanese Americans, like yo, we can talk about that. Like there are elders in my family I can have that conversation with. There are like Japanese American youth organizations, some of them that are doing a lot of good work to talk about anti-Blackness with kids, to like reiterate that like yes, like you are not a white person, but that doesn't mean you can't be anti-Black, and that doesn't mean that you can't have like a really terrible negative effect in this world, right? So it's like Feelings Corner, I guess what I've been thinking a lot about is just like, what does it mean for like the Asian American community to be better allies? Like, because what that sort of comes down to, like, how do we talk to a community that's like, to the community that's so big and overarching, all this shit? Like, that's one question, but the answer to that, I know, at least for now, is like, all right, well, that's a question we got to figure out, but I know I can talk to Japanese Americans and I can like have that impact, and that's like who I can speak for, at least within like my community. So that's what I've been thinking a lot about lately. Also, it appears that Kristin's internet may have crapped out.
Oh no.
She's
which
currently
is a
rebooting.
problem, but we will hopefully get her back because we love her.
Yes.
But
And
Yes.
so yeah.
yeah, I love the sentiments that you're talking about, Jen, and I feel like I've kind of been doing my own sort of like self-examination and just like community examination into like the Latinx community and kind of like where we fall with this, especially because it's like we do have Afro Latinos, and there's the whole sort of like politics even just within the Latinx community there, and just figuring out how it's like as a non-Black POC, how can I still make sure that I am doing everything that I can be doing. And so I've just been really trying to figure out ways to make myself better, essentially. And in regards to kind of like starting with like my sort of community, I'm like, well, I'm just trying to like start with myself, and then hopefully with whatever sort of platform I have, I mean, we all have these different platforms. And so I think it's just like, I've just been trying to focus on kind of like using mine to make sure that I'm amplifying the voices that need to be heard right now, and the funds that need to be donated, and the petitions that need to be signed, because anti-blackness and racism is in every community. There's no community that's really exempt from it.
Yeah.
You're back.
You're
Hi,
back.
Kristin.
Sorry, internet went out.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Happy your internet's back.
It's back. Sorry.
But yeah,
was
so
like-
that's kind of what I have to say on that. This week has been a very this week's just been hard for a lot of people, and I can only imagine. Yeah, it's just been. I don't know. It's sort of hard to like verbalize kind of like everything that I'm feeling, I think.
Yeah.
I'm constantly humbled and in awe by like everyone in this group, and just like how you reflect on daily events, and like how you articulate your feelings and like a non-judgmental, beautiful way. I'm just like in constant awe and like truly humbled by all three of you right now, because it is very overwhelming. And I feel like sometimes when emotions surge, people can close it down and like shut down and not try to like move on with their lives and take everything, not take anything in. And you all like teach me so many things, and you don't need to, obviously that's not your job, but like just by you being who you are, the three of you, I'm just like very grateful and humbled to be with you, and with Freddie obviously, but she's not here in stream right now, but so I just I don't know, I can't reiterate enough how amazing I think the three of you are, and how grateful I am that you are in my life. I mean that sincerely. I guess it's my turn to go on a feelings corner. I guess the thing that I have to add is, and I'm just trying to like listen and hold space as much as I can. I guess the thing that gets me really mad, and you know me, I have to always watch my anger. The thing that gets me really mad is like people get so loud with like the Me Too movement, especially like the white womanness of it all. Like get so mad about the Me Too movement and like believe women, which yes, obviously believe women. But why can't that belief extend to the same fat people, the same Black people, the people who are talking, who are telling us their experience? And I get really mad when I log onto social media and I don't see like believe Black people. You know what I mean? I don't see that as being the echo. Like what if we were believing people when they were telling us their truth and their experiences? I just feel like we wouldn't be here as much.
Yeah, because that's the
It's
thing. It's like all this that's happening, it's not new. This isn't like the first week that has happened. It isn't the first year it's happened. It's been going on. It's just being filmed now. And so now people are finally being like, oh, wow, yep, this is a thing, And so it's like, it's just so shitty,
Yeah. And like Devin, I agree with you. Like I think as white people, it's like really important that we hold space for the people who are impacted right now. And like, I mean, I think that it's obviously it's ingrained into us like as white people that like our opinions like should supersede other opinions. And like I think that like it's really, really, really important that we just kind of like separate ourselves from this, let it be something that like is something that we are promoting the right voices, that we are listening, and we are learning, because like obviously this is a lifelong process, and we're never going to be perfect at it, and we're never going to be done. So yeah
and like I don't know, like the fact that we grew up in a systemic racist society, period, end of story. That's it. We don't need to take it personally. Like if someone says, hey, that didn't make me feel good, that I feel like that was racist, end of story. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like you don't need to take it personal. You need to adjust your behavior. But like I have a lot of feelings of rage about this that I really want to just reflect on, because especially being stuck in my home. I feel like I can't go out and change the world right now. So that's kind of like where I'm at. But again, it's another Friday and I'm here with you ladies and with Fred and Spirit. So I feel grateful.
And I'm grateful to share this space with all of you too. I wanted to echo your sentiments, Devin. I just wasn't, to be honest, I wasn't sure if it was like an outro or anything, so I didn't want to like interrupt. I didn't want to like throw off your flow. But I feel everything that like you feel about like this group. Yeah.
So now this is the outro. We have to drum the energy back up. Woo! Wee woo! Is it me drumming the energy back up?
I don't even remember what is next. I actually don't even know.
It's Jen.
Jen is next.
Now it's time for a little signal boost of some stuff that we think is cool this week.
Signal boost.
And so this week, if you guys were looking for a fun little distraction and just something cool to watch, there's a new movie that just hit on demand. It's called I Will Make You Mine, and it was directed by Lin Chen, who's this amazing director and actress. She's an Asian American woman. She's very cool. She's a friend of the show. And yeah, so I Will Make You Mine is the third in a trilogy of films. The first two films were both screened at South by Southwest. I Will Make You Mine was supposed to screen at South by Southwest this past March. Obviously, that did not happen because March was canceled due to the pandemic.
We canceled March.
We canceled all of March. We canceled April and May too. Maybe June. We'll see. Probably.
Let's cancel 2020. Let's just
cancel 2020. Yes, she
Let's
is
just
out.
take a rain check.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah. But anyway, so I Will Make You Mine. You can catch it on demand. Basically, so like I know that it's on. I believe it's on YouTube, Amazon, and I think something called VOD. Oh, that's just video on demand.
Something called VOD. Have you heard of it?
It's on Amazon, YouTube, Google Play, and also video on demand. But yeah, so basically, it's it follows this like musician named Go Nakamura and his relationships with 3 different women. And yeah, it's just like a very beautiful, cool, like it's very Los Angeles movie. So obviously, like we live in Los Angeles, so we're gonna be like, see this movie about Los Angeles. It's beautiful. But it's like a great movie, and woman director. Like I just think it's really cool. So if you just want like a movie to watch, something to distract you, something to make you feel good, check out I Will Make You Mine. Sweet little music, sweet little stuff. Asian people, who doesn't love them? What can you do? So that was our signal boost for a great little movie directed by Lin Chen. It's pretty cool.
Awesome.
We love Lin.
Yeah, she's so cool.
Yeah, she's cool.
I want to call out Kristin Pringle in the chat because I've seen her name here before. She said, I want to speak to 2020's manager. We feel you, Kristin.
Do it.
Speak to her.
That's amazing.
So I guess we can move on to our next segment, which we've actually moved a couple of times because we ran out of time. But today we're gonna get to do it. Today we are going to be playing Taboos again. Taboos. It's Taboos.
Another drink.
Devin, did you not get booze before this?
Oh, I did, but I drank it. I had drinks before this.
Devin's giving us a little tour for home.
Is it your Friday margarita?
But I have water because I have an upset stomach.
Because Jen
Ross made a new cocktail today. So
I just spilled water all over my laptop.
Wait, just now?
Yeah, I went, I have water! And I shook it and water went all over my fucking keyboard.
Also,
God,
Devin,
coincidence.
I need to know about these bottoms that you're wearing because I see there's like a little bit of flap down, a little bit of skin, and I love it.
Okay, so here's the deal, everyone. This is called I Fell Into My Laundry. Okay,
Ooh.
So this is a onesie. Well, this is a bra. This is a onesie that the thing fell off.
Oh.
You see, there's a strap. This fell off, and I tried to pin it, and it didn't work. So then I just let it do that, and now I have a shirt over it.
Fun.
How cute!
Cool.
I fell into my laundry again. But thank you. This is from Amazon. I think the one Ashley Perez has something like this too.
Oh.
She probably does. She's an Amazon clothes queen.
Yeah.
Why is this?
Oh, I
still-
know. Okay, I see what's happening. I was just like, are you an
Making a
animorph?
drink.
What's happening?
I'm making you a drink. I'm making you a drink.
Anyways, Kristin, sorry
Anyway,
to take away
sorry,
from
Taboos.
taboos.
I was just like, what? In my mind, I was like, we need to move this along. And then I was like, wait, this is my segment.
Who's in charge here?
It's so long. Okay, so this is Taboos. Those of you who have not played Taboos before, oh, I don't have die. Shoot. Okay. It's fine. It's so those of you who haven't played Taboos before, let's talk about the rules again. So here are the rules of Taboos. It's a lot like Taboo, but with an extra z. So everyone is going to take a turn. When it's your turn, I will roll the 20-sided die, and I think I'm just going to pick a number 1 through 20 because I don't know where the die is right now, and I forgot. Whatever number comes up will correspond to a numbered list of celeb names and also the names of us ladies. Only the person whose turn it is will look at the list. Whatever name you get, you have to get the other ladies to guess, but you can't use movie names, album names, or sound-alikes.
Okay.
Every time someone guesses your celeb wrong, the person whose turn it is has to take a drink. We keep going until someone guesses the mystery celeb name or our drinks are empty, whatever comes first. When you guess right, you get a point. Most points wins. Most drinks also wins in a way. So that's Taboos.
No
who
one
wants to
loses.
start?
No one loses. I'll start.
I'll go first. Okay, you can go, Jen.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, me? Oh my god.
Her?
Her?
All right.
Her?
Okay, how about here's what we'll do. Be like, Kristin, roll the dice, and I'll go, and I'll say a number.
Kristin, roll that dice, girl.
12.
12. Okay, let me check the doc. Wait, I have to scroll up to find the list. Is it just the same? There it is. Okay, 12. I can't do 12. You gotta roll again.
Okay. 14.
14. Oh, you got it. I had 14 last time. You gotta roll again.
Oh my god.
7.
7. Okay, 7 it is, baby. Let's scroll up and see.
My head, I'm
perfect.
very dizzy.
Okay, I can. Yeah, 7 is doable. 7 is doable. Okay.
Okay.
So, okay. This person in particular was well known and burst onto the scene when we were okay. Actually, you don't know. This person was born in 1989.
Taylor Swift.
1989?
Yeah.
That's an album name.
Oh, whoops.
That's an album name.
Oh, Kristin's
Sorry.
right. She's right. She's right.
My bad. Can you roll that dice again, Kristin?
Roll that
Roll
die.
that
Rolling
dice.
dice. 13.
Okay. This person went to Howard. This person
Freddie?
Yeah.
Freddie.
Okay, so new rule: no colleges.
Do I have to go again?
No. You don't
All
do it
right.
again.
Roll that dice, Kristin.
We just
I'll
know.
go. I'm gonna
Just
go.
name
I'm gonna
those
go.
colleges.
What? Oh, I think Fred was
Alright.
also born in 89.
Who's next?
I'll go.
Yes.
Okay. Give me a number.
4.
Okay, I'm ready. 18.
I didn't play.
Okay.
4?
Okay. This person
I'm dizzy.
may be a vampire.
Edward Cullen?
Drink.
You the drink.
Get a drink.
I don't know why. I was just immediately, I'm like,
Is
I
it
love
Kristen
this
Stewart?
little bougie glass you're drinking out of too, Chantel.
Is it Kristen Stewart?
Doing Baja Blast.
Drink.
next clue.
Next clue. Next clue.
This person was lightly dragged recently.
Oh, is this Lana Del Rey?
No, that's
That's not light.
heavily dragged. Drink. Drink.
Wait. Is this Doja Cat?
Drink first. Drink.
Okay,
first.
fine. But
Drink
also,
twice because it's not Doja Cat.
Vampire.
Which makes me so sad. I'm
Might
so
be
sad
a
about Doja Cat.
vampire.
Might be a vampire.
Doja
She was-
Cat.
and when I say like lightly dragged, I mean like really lightly dragged.
What do
Lightly.
you mean by might be a
Like
vampire?
lightly dragged, like she was like, I just said she. Well, all right. Okay.
A
I'm done.
woman?
Is it Vanessa Hudgens?
No, that she was heavily dragged. When I mean
Vanessa
lightly
Hudgens
dragged,
was
I mean
definitely
more
on
like
Light dragging.
Oh, I thought
Oh
we
my
were
God,
sorry,
we
for some
did
reason
more
I thought
like-
drugs. I was like, well, she was on drugs. She had to have been high as fuck. I mean,
I think she
You
was.
think no
She
clue.
was
Next
that.
clue. Next clue. I can't drink any more guessing on this.
what
Okay, well,
drug?
let me describe lightly dragged. It's like a literally she was just like kind of she had like a celeb moment when she shouldn't have had a celeb moment. You know what I mean?
What is the okay?
Is it Kylie Jenner?
This
No.
person, no, drink. This person enjoys a hobby that I enjoy.
Pole dancing.
Devin?
It's not. You need to drink.
I was kidding. Obviously, it's-
Uh,
Okay.
You have to drink. The
And I'll
rules
drink
are the
with you.
rules.
why is
Okay.
this leaking? Did I break it?
I'm getting you all drunk. This is great.
Yeah, you are a little bit. I've already finished one of my beers.
I'm winning.
Okay, you need another clue because this is first of all.
Yeah, this I'm so
I feel
confused.
like you being bad at clues is punishing the wrong people.
What do you mean by that?
Can I say who they?
Arson?
Can I talk about who they've dated?
Yeah.
Who's the date?
Yeah.
Oh, I can. This person dated Ben Affleck.
Oh,
Is it Anna? Is it Anna de Armas?
No.
What?
Oh my god. Okay.
I mean,
you
it
know
has
what?
to be
You
one
need
of
to
the
start guessing,
Jennifers.
too.
Has to be one
Might
of the
be-
Jennifers. Is it Jennifer
Garner?
Lopez?
Yeah. Jennifer Lopez.
Great.
Wait, why would she be a vampire? Has she
Why
played
would
one?
she be a vampire?
She's just really
not
hot.
aged. She's really hot. Look at. have you
I know
seen
she
her
is really
desk
hot,
picture?
but vampire?
She doesn't age. We've talked about this at the desks that she's a vampire and it's because she doesn't drink or smoke.
All right.
We've talked
I
about
don't
this.
And we
this
drink to her.
And we drink to her and her
her.
complexion.
Except I don't want to drink again because
To having resources.
To being rich and hot, baby.
Being rich and hot, baby.
And
Hot,
hot.
baby.
All right, who's next?
But for real, her yard looks like the yard from Parasite, and that's what she was dragged for.
Oh, I did not follow that at all. I was
yeah,
like,
I missed that.
I usually catch
Basically-
all of the draggings.
Mm.
Oh, I broke my.
All right, I'll go next.
You're next. All right. Okay, I'm ready.
Give me that number.
4.
Oh, the Jen.
Or you
Four.
just I had 4.
Oh, see, I tell you it's random because I'm not remembering. 10.
Okay. I'm already giggling a little bit.
I love
Okay.
this.
Where to begin? Because I want to make sure that it's not like too obvious.
T obvious.
Any clue I say is going to be obvious, though.
You had to pick something really not obvious then.
I know. Okay, I'm trying to think. This is hard.
Well, that's taboos, baby. If you don't think fast, you gotta drink fast.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna
Ooh.
think while I take a little
Drink
sippy
fast.
sip.
Then you drink fast. Got him.
Fucking got her. Got her ass.
Okay. I thought
This
it was really-
person. Actually, I don't know if that's true. I think it's true. This
Okay.
person
What?
has never dyed their hair.
Has never dyed their hair.
That could be anyone that's not some of the people.
Kristin.
Is it
Kristin.
Jen?
Is it Kristin?
It's Kristin.
Oh,
Kristin did dye her hair. Kristin had
I
black
dyed my hair.
When?
She used to have black
You
hair.
drink for erroneous clues.
Yeah, erroneous.
Almost because I want to drink.
I
Cheers to
never-
me and Devin for thinking that you've never dyed your hair.
I've dyed my hair. Yeah, when I was in my early 20s and when I was in grad school, I was like, you know what I need to have? Black hair. And so I dyed my hair black. I had bangs, and I had pink
I got
glasses.
bangs.
It was I had black hair, I had bangs, I had pink glasses, I wore blazers all the time, and I was just like, yeah, I'm straight.
Totally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Straight.
Why wouldn't
Yeah.
you think that I am?
I mean, obviously I'm straight. But yeah, no, I dyed my hair. It's terrible. It was a terrible look. Did not look good. This is my natural color.
Yeah. I've only
much
ever seen
better.
your natural color, I think.
Yeah.
So that's why I was
Yeah.
like, oh, she's never dyed it. Because
No,
at first
no,
I was
no.
like, this person lived in Chicago. I couldn't think of any like clues that weren't just like blatantly obvious that I like knew the person I was talking about.
I know. We actually, you know, we need to retool this game a little bit to make it a little bit harder. Because like I feel like any clue, because like I could give any clue about anyone, and that I would know who it is.
I don't think
If I
we
said-
should be on
If
it.
I said
I think
fish, everyone would be like, "Oh, it's Freddie."
Yeah.
You didn't guess Jennifer Lopez.
Well, I know.
I
I'm talking
do- I
about for the five of us.
We
Okay.
can
I
take our names out of the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you
I'm
need to
gonna
go,
say
Kristin.
I need to
the
go.
first person I got was you gave me, and then I got Devin, which is who I had last time.
Fucking nailed it. Okay, tell me what's next.
3.
17. 3.
Wait, hold on. 17 is your first one.
Yeah.
No, 3. Okay, yeah, 17.
17.
Oh no, it's a 3.
Do 3.
Let's do 3. I was mildly canceled recently.
Mildly?
Not majorly. It was a B plus A minus canceling. I think it was actually no. It was an A canceling. It was a no. I take that back. Now that I'm playing it out of my head, this person was canceled recently. It was a full ride scholarship to cancel university.
The Murder Hornets.
Yeah.
Go Murder Hornets!
Go Murder Hornets. I need another
I'm
clue.
gonna guess you start drinking.
I'm give me that sweet water, baby. Oh, it's spilling on my legs.
Why do you not know how to drink water, Jen?
I think there's a hole.
Next clue.
Okay, next clue. All right. So, this person is God. It's really obvious if I say this. This person is someone who, their first major hit was a viral video.
I feel like I always guess this, but Justin Bieber?
No. Take a
Was
little
it-
drink, baby.
It wasn't Gabby Hanna, was it?
Take a drink, baby.
James Gandolfini.
Oh,
It's not
Doja
James
Cat.
Gandolfini.
Yeah,
All right. Wait, who is it?
Doja Cat.
Yeah, it's Doja Cat.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
a bummer.
Wow. This really and thus ends Taboos, a game where we all lose.
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't know what I won there.
No.
You won water all over your lap, apparently.
Yeah. Hey, what was that? Was that you making fun of me?
Yeah, uh-huh.
I can
On-
hit you right
on
back.
live?
Your name's Kristin. Well, how about your name's Fartston?
Ooh, Kristin.
How about that?
Ooh.
How do you like them apples?
I am a How dare you make fun of my farting culture? As a fat woman, this is offensive.
My farting
Being
culture.
very gassy is a long tradition for us. And we are proud artisans of it.
Artisanal fartisan. Oh, fartisanal fartisans.
It's fartisanal fartisans.
Fartisanal. That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's fartisanal. And that's what I'm gonna tell Brian that now.
Do you remember the fart video Brian had an appearance in? Where
First of all,
you were wearing that
several
underwear.
questions. Several questions. What fart video?
Oh, the underwear one.
What are you
underwear
talking
one.
about? Oh, the underwear. Okay, I was just like,
where
what
Brian was
fart
like,
video are
"Thank you,
talking
Penny,
about?"
for saving our Kristen's ass and my marriage." I still remember that line.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
I love them.
that video was
it-
funny.
Wasn't I paired with Freddie or something? I remember like doing something with Freddie and we were both like, because I think I just like kept hearing her fart.
Pre-interview. It was
Yeah.
a pre-interview. And you were farting.
Yeah.
I remember because I produced this video. I
I'm
also
good at
remember
farting. I
I
fart all
poured
the time.
Fart the whole day. We had to
I
give
can't
her
really
goldfish.
force farts,
It
but
was
when
hard. Oh
happens,
yeah, I couldn't fart. It was like, come on, Kristin.
You're fart shy.
I know I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
I
know,
fart all the
but I hear
time.
Brian
I love farting all day long.
all day long.
all day long, all day long.
It's all the
day.
roughage, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't get enough
it's like
roughage.
mostly
I need
cheap.
to eat more roughage.
This
'Cause
should
I
be a
got
segment
some-
of our
I got
show.
some
What makes you
stuffage, you know
fart?
what I mean?
Wait, what segment, Devin, what are you saying? What segment should we do?
I think that a segment we should do is like, how are your poops? Because this was a conversation we had at the desks a lot.
Wait, yes. This is a
I
good
don't want to
idea.
know.
Yes, you do, Jen. Come on.
Jen,
Ew. Ew, it's not
You
easy.
want to know?
I'm great at pooping.
I know you are. You're an A+ pooper. Right
I'm
there.
a great
B-.
pooper.
Like
I
a
poop twice a
gentleman
day.
being at pooping.
Morning, night. Gotta do it.
Morning.
Charlie Brown
it's
energy
like-
you brought to that.
Oh, so either I'm like nothing at all, or it's like morning, mid-morning, early lunch, late lunch, early dinner.
Like how often you poop? Is it dinner time?
No, it's just like it's. Just,
I don't know what I thought I was contributing there.
It's all or nothing.
Let me say something.
I have to call out Natalie Flores in the chat because she said Dolly fartin'. That was it. That's the only thing she said. And I love it.
That's my roller derby name.
Dolly Parton. That's
Dolly
right.
Parton is really funny.
Before this all started, I was actually thinking about getting into roller derby, and now obviously not, because that involves like hitting people, and it's like you can't hit people or else they'll get sick.
Internet.
The one reason.
The one reason why you can't hit people, what if you get them sick?
You can give him a black eye, but you better not give him a cold eye. Aye,
I-
All right.
really good. I know we've never done an entitled lady show where we've actually like we have more time to do and we've run out of segments.
Yeah, I know.
We're
Usually
good though.
we
We're
run it-
supposed to keep it to like 45 to 60. We've done great.
Yeah,
I know, but usually we're
45
just
bit.
like we're usually like running so over that like we're texting each other being like time to cut a segment.
Truly. Like I don't know the last time we've done. I think our first show was the only time we've done like every single segment. After that, it's always like, do we wanna...
Yeah, I know, because we were like, oh, this is almost. In fact, on our first show, we cut a segment, and we still went an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, we're like,
Good.
gotta end.
We
It
don't know
happens.
Shit for dicks. We did good.
Y'all remember when
Okay.
we got these
What?
tattoos?
I remember.
I'm so sad I didn't get a finger tattoo with y'all. I should have gotten a finger tattoo.
I know you didn't want to.
I know. So what happened to your camera? You're very blurry. There you go.
It's auto focusing in and out. It was on my little fingy and now it's on my facey.
Yeah,
Okay.
mine's auto focusing too.
Me too.
Me too.
Someone asked if we have a new show name yet. We don't. We're figuring it out.
It's Dolly Fartin.
Here's the thing. We've been the Untitled Lady Show for so long that I deeply suspect it's just going to be the Untitled
That's-
Lady Show.
See, that's what I kind of feel. I'm like, let's just call it. Like, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just Untitled, and it's also a
It
lady
is
show.
what it is.
Shut up, Devin. I saw your face.
It is what it is, you guys. We're just gonna go in and out. It
I'm
is
about
what
to
it is.
mute you.
Oops.
It's what?
Wait, can anyone mute? No, we can't. I was like, can I mute Devin? Like, no, I can't. I don't. Think
No,
think
I literally, I can mute anyone. I won't, but I can.
Don't
You
mute
should.
me.
After a while, you probably should.
Well,
That
I'm getting a little bit tipsy. Should we
Same.
wrap things up?
Long my
Yeah,
fucking
I
hair is.
guess.
Yeah.
We love you all so
love
so
you
much.
all.
Thank you for being here.
Please
And
take
also
care of
you.
yourselves and take care of each other
Yes.
and support your friends.
Yes, check on your friends, make sure they're okay. Check on them in a way that they don't have to give energy back to you. Just yeah.
We love
Donate, amplify voices, all of that.
We have
it
the
all.
but so our list of links is in our Instagram bio.
Someone also posted it in the chat. It's also in my Instagram bio. So like, y'all, please go ahead and support all the ways that you can. We appreciate it. God bless.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
you,
Bye,
everyone.
everybody.
Bye, everybody. Happy Friday. Be safe.